Hello, live stream number 3. Gonna mess around for a few minutes while we wait for people to get home from work and yeah, live stream number 3. Hello, everybody. I'm seeing a bunch of people. Hey, Ken, how are you? Hey, Jean, Carolyn. Hey, Janice, how you guys doing? We're just getting going. It usually takes people a little while. So we're going to do some cool stuff today. A little housekeeping first for the folks that are just starting to get in. That be sure to write any questions you have and comments in the chat over on the side, or if you're on a phone down below. And please say hi so I know you're here and to be entered into the giveaways, which is how we did it last time. And perhaps more important than that, I should have introduced Cindy first. There's Cindy. With the JTL hat on, yeah. She rocks that, I'm telling you. We tried it out and said, oh yeah, that'll work. So anyway, so be sure to put your name or say hi or something that several people already did in the chat, so we know you're here and you'll automatically be entered into the giveaways. And for today, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to play a couple songs. Then I'm going to tell you the story of this award show that I worked on, where I was working on that I should have gotten fired from ABC. And I have the video to make it cool. So then I'm going to play Fever Dreams Part 1. And actually I'm going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play live the first half of it with my background tracks, which is trying something really new here. And tell you all about making that song, as Fever Dreams was just recently voted by our Insiders group as one of my most popular songs. Then there's a big announcement today on the new merchandise that you guys have asked for. You might be able to guess what it might be. And then we're going to play the new single, MisUnderstandings, which I will tell you more about later. A lot of cool stuff there. And once again, be sure to say hi in the comments or chat. Otherwise, Cindy won't know you're here and you won't win that prize, as she is telling me right over there. Like before, I want to thank you guys all for your support for what we've all been through so far, in a fairly short amount of time. I think we now have 380 people in our private Facebook group, which is primarily this group. And if you haven't already joined, if you're someone new, and you want to, there's going to be a link in the description. I think the description is down below on a phone, and
Right. It says what to expect.
what to expect.
Links in there.
There we go.
Everybody.
And there's links in there, and there's a couple links in there.
Yeah.
And one is how to join the insiders group, where you get all the the cool stuff, and some cool stuff today you will soon see. Since we have so many more people since the last live stream, which is thank you again for that wonderful thing. I'll tell you just a brief little bit about me, because you may not know if you're new. In the last live stream, we talked a lot about this, but the three things I'm often asked the most are, why do I have three names? Why are you using John Trescott Lewis? Because a lot of people don't. And it's a really good answer. It's because there's a whole bunch of other guys named John Lewis, spelled Luis, and they're almost all in Spanish-speaking countries, and they are all doing like dance music of their own. And that's not me. So I thought you might be really confused, because certainly my family was when we tried it. And the second thing is, am I Spanish? The answer is no. It's kind of spelled that way. My dad was born in China, and my mom was born in New York. Yeah. I guess. Is New York a country now? Anyway, my dad was a baby when they came over here from China. Somehow that got mixed up in the translation and when they're filling out the papers. Anyway, it went from Liu to Lewis. That's the end of that story. And last one, of course, is, do I have two different color eyes? Because I get the whole Bowie thing all the time. And the answer is yeah and no. I have what's called anisocoria, and which happens to be the name of my music publishing company. And you might want to look that up. It's pretty cool. And fan questions. Oh, Caitlin Kelly already asked us a question. She said, which do you enjoy most, writing, singing, or playing instruments? Oh, yes. I enjoy all of those, as you might imagine. When you're doing this, each one takes its own time, its own space, and its own way of doing things, and you have to kind of try to learn to be an expert on everything, which is really hard. And I can't say that I'm certainly doing that. But as far as writing, I love writing, because when you come up with something new, you want to show it to somebody, and it's especially if it's beyond your normal capabilities. Playing music, if a guitar's around, I almost have to grab it, and I play every day. If a guitar's there, I might as well be playing, and that's just how I've always been, actually, ever since I was 17 and picked up the guitar. Singing only recently, as you guys know. I've sang my whole life, but just kind of really got back into it. But the biggest thing I'm into is producing. And you might wonder, well, what does he mean by that? And in this studio here, I've produced almost all the songs to a certain degree, everything on every song that we have, where that means I actually either played the instruments in here, certainly I wrote them all in here, and or other people have come and we've sung and we played and we've added all the parts in here. And so most of the songs are all a conglomeration of parts that have happened over time. And so those are all done in here. And that's why I love producing, especially songs like, think of it, Fever Dreams and I Fell for Those Eyes, huge productions, as I'm going to be playing in a little while. And those were just incredibly gratifying, because I don't ever get tired of listening to them because of all the cool stuff that's going on. But doing it, each one of those took me a year. And I'm sorry to say that. But, part of that was COVID. And so anyway, that's how much I love doing that. I love writing it, and especially when I play a new guitar thing. And I go, oh, hey, Cindy, come listen to this.
Time for a song.
Yeah, time for a song is what she says. walking alone in the rain, water in my shoes. All I can feel is this pain in my heart, this muddy water blues. River, weep for me, nothing left to lose. All I can feel is this pain in my heart, muddy water blues. Tell me, muddy water blues. I said, muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Ooh, turn me loose. River, wait for me. Nothing left to lose. Under the weeping willow tree, these muddy water blues. Tell me, muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. I said muddy water blues. Ooh, turn me loose. Please give me some shelter, something I can use. Way down here in the Delta, these muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Yeah, baby. One of my favorites. And
Mary
if you
Lou Sanders says, awesome.
hey Shirley, how you doing? And Mary's here, and Mary Lou, hey. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's if you haven't heard his Muddy Waters Blues album, that's obviously Paul Rogers, one of my favorites. So you would love that. By the way, you
Wife
guys.
says.
By the way, my wife says, there's a tip jar. What? Yeah, there actually is. Up at the top of the comments, I hope, and hopefully this time it will work better. If you're so excited and want to support the music, the link is in the comments and, of course, in the event description. So thank you all for that. Okay, so I have lots of stories to tell you. So a lot of people are interested in the stories from when I was working in Hollywood, and I get asked about some of those things. So I thought I'd tell you about this crazy thing that happened to me the very first time I worked an award show as an audio guy, and it almost got me fired. Yeah, it probably should have, but it didn't for some reason. So as I told you in the last live stream, I started out as a camera and audio assistant guy, and then became a boom operator in General Hospital and sitcoms and all that. And I loved doing it. At this point, it's about 1983, so I'm talking a long time ago. But I was only there about 4 or 5 years, and when you do boom, everybody starts to think of you as an audio guy, which is fine. And so that's how they started to pigeonhole me. And when the Emmy Awards came up, they assigned me to be working on the stage, putting microphones on and off the actors when they go do their performances. Now, I had a little bit of experience doing this, and I'd worked with wireless mics before, but this is the first time ever on a big-time live award show because there's so much riding on it, right? Remember, commercials paid for the whole world, certainly my salary. And the wireless microphones back then were about the size of a phone now, actually a little bit smaller. And for the guys, we put them in their back pocket or in here. And there's a wire that came up with a microphone on the end that you weren't supposed to see. And we would tuck that in to all sorts of places. And, create the illusion that they were being hidden and was part of a show. So we did the rehearsal and started the live show, and things were going well, or at least smoothly as we can hope. And one of the actors presenting that day was Roy Scheider, who was the star of Jaws. You remember that? And All That Jazz and a whole bunch of other shows. So I'm miking him up. I'm putting the microphone on Roy, and I call him Roy because when you're putting your hands all over people inside their clothes, you get kind of on a first name basis pretty quickly. At least I like to tell people that anyway. And so my job was to kind of protect the actors from, how should I put this? Their job is to be mic'd up and ready to go and go out there and as if nothing was happening. There's no, the sound was great and no easy way to get out of that. And kind of protecting the actors in case something happened. You're supposed to, get out there with a microphone or something. But when something unthinkable happens, it's never a good thing in live television. But so Roy is ready to go out, and I check him out with the control room, and it's all 1, 2, 3, it's all good. So Roy's ready to go out, and I hear the announcer introduce him, and he's this big voice guy. I'll show you. And so he starts walking on stage away from me, and that's when I notice that he had knocked off his wireless mic, and the cable was running down around his knees. These microphones have to be very close to the mouth, otherwise they sound like this, and they don't sound very good. So I'm not sure what to do. And I was I was young, I was a kid, I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. And I thought you might get a kick out of this. Is actually what happened.
From repertory, off-Broadway, Broadway, to television, Studio One, NYPD, Love of Life, PBS, to films, French Connection, Jaws, All That Jazz, an actor for all media. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy Scheider.
Sounds like my resume. Once in a great while, an actor is given an opportunity to pay off someone greatly admired. A man who, through word and deed, has carved a special place in the consciousness of the world. Such a man was the radio and television journalist Edward R. Murrow.
Okay, that was that. I was scared to death. I didn't know what was going on. At that point, I just walked off on stage and did that and walked back and put my headset on. And the rest of the control room and crew are going on about their business. But that's obviously the biggest no-no. You're not supposed to be seen on camera. The cool thing was he was so great. I mean, look at how he reacted. He made it into this wonderful thing. And he made it, and then this was 5 minutes of live TV. If we didn't do that, it was going to be terrible. It turned out that the director loved it because he was all into whatever behind the scenes things were going on. I didn't know that. I mean, directors have a history of yelling a lot, as some of my ABC friends who are on this live feed can tell you. Anyway, long story short, Roy came off, and we go off to the dressing room to get his stuff off. And he says, "John, what happened? Did it sound bad?" And I told you we were on first name basis because I had a big badge. And anyway, and I said, "Well, it looked like you knocked your mic off when you went out there, and I didn't want you to, didn't want to leave you out there stranded." He said, "Cool." And I said, "By the way, you did great." And he went, "Yeah." Turned around and walked away. And that's the last time I ever saw him. Of course, we're really close friends now, and never mind. None of that's happening. Anyway, I hope you got a kick out of that. That's one of the crazier stories. And right now, let me check the comments, by the way. Hey, Mary, I think I already said hi. Scotty Spindell, how you doing? Hey, Rob Taylor, my oldest and dearest friend. Carolyn, I think I said hi to you, and that's cool.
Okay.
Good save, yeah. And we have a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway right now, and we have, as one of these slides in, it is a mouse pad. Oh, I should have had echo on that. Mouse pad. And
Tell
what
them to
about
put
you,
their
Jill?
names in.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't already, be sure to please put your name in the
In the comments.
because that's how we know. And we're going to see if anybody new pops up, because she's doing a random
Random number generator.
random number generator. I feel like I'm in a submarine and I'm repeating everything. A
Sorry.
random number generator.
Okay. So we're gonna do. Anybody else coming in?
I
Anyone
don't
saying
see
hi? Okay. Number 12.
Number 12
Let's
is
see, Lois Blackburn.
Lois Blackburn is the winner of of our mouse pad. So we will make sure we contact you, Lois, and we'll get that all set up and all as well. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Cool. So there's more coming, so don't worry. So as I was telling you, that was early 80s, for me. And actually what could have been the end of my career, or certainly it sidelined it, because he got such a laugh and because the director loved it, it actually started my career, and I ended up being able to go on and do a lot more things like that. I can tell you about in the future. So meantime, in the 80s, I was always playing guitar and wanting to be in a rock band still, even though I switched majors. And you all have heard about that in the last live stream. So I joined a local group of couple guys in here in Simi Valley where I live. And we formed a band called J.J. Trescott. And the guys were Jeff Kiefer and drummer Javen Borgwart. Great musicians. And we wrote and recorded 8 or 9 songs here in my home studio, this is the same room, but it looks very different then, as you can imagine. This is in the 80s. And JD/Jeff wrote the lyrics, and I wrote the music. And Jay, of course, did all the wonderful things that a great drummer does. So he really pushed all that forward for us. And we did the 9 songs, which can all be found on Spotify and YouTube and all that under the moniker of 1989. I think I have a picture of it. It looks like that. If you want to just check that out for grins. It's, prog rock. We were trying to do something same as everybody else. And the guys looked like this. Here's a picture of me. Yeah, that's me in 1983. In the red shirt, yeah, of course. And Jeff is playing bass, and we're actually recording live when this picture was taken.
In this room.
In this room, yeah. And here's a picture of the other direction. That's Jay on the door there. And notice that funny looking thing right in front of Jay. That is a tape machine. Oh yeah. And tape machines are what used to record music on. Anyway, you get the idea. And so we got together and did all these things. And for fun, we did this shot. This is us in 1989. And this is a redone shot of that in 2019, when I received a LinkedIn note from Jeff. Oh, I should say, we were going along great guns, and the band disbanded because singer Jeff, this guy in the middle here, fell in love and moved to Europe with a girl he just met. I mean, like in the course of 3 weeks. Never to be heard from again. And I'm not kidding. I never heard from again. Until 2018, 30 years later or so, got a message on LinkedIn. He says, "Hey, is this the same John Lewis?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Hey, I live in Portugal now, and I'm coming to California for a visit." So that's when we got together for this shot. And then we realized we still had the same passion for music. Even though he's in Portugal, we decided we were going to try and write over FaceTime. Now, remember, this is during before COVID, before everybody knew about Zoom. It was before Zoom. So we were trying to write songs together over FaceTime. So he would do a part and I would do a part, and we'd go back and forth. We actually did. We wrote a song called Ivory Tower, which is one of the songs that is on the lineup right now. And then we wrote Fever Dreams, which is, of course, much bigger project for us. And that was released in January 2021, which I think is when I first started putting music out. And in the recent poll was voted one of the favorites in the group, as I mentioned to you guys earlier. So Jeff wrote lyrics, sang and played bass, and I wrote the music and played all the other instruments in here, especially for Fever Dreams, that kind of stuff. And because that's what I do, I produce, and you come up with all this cool extra stuff. And Jay played electronic drums for the first time ever, right here. And then I brought in a young friend of mine named Eric Maldonado, who's this really super hotshot guitar player, who does the solo in this song. And I really want to push him out. So I'm going to play the first half of the song with my backing tracks. And then I'm going to let the second half, because the guitars are tuned completely differently. The orchestration is in a different key. Everything's different. There's no way to actually play that on an acoustic guitar because it's mostly electric anyway. So I'm going to play the first part, and the second half is going to go through. I'm just going to let it go, and I'll throw some pictures in and that kind of thing. I think you'll find it interesting, especially if anybody came here after listening to Stuck, or if you came here after listening to Daydream, and maybe you haven't heard this song. This is very, very different, as you can imagine. So, meantime, let me get that set up here. There we go. Oh, got to remember this very important thing, or it would be a very different song. Okay, I think we're about ready. The day begins and all is calm. Children playing on the lawn. The mother brews a pot of tea. Things aren't as they seem to be. The naked eye, and all is well. Seems as far as they can tell. There's things afoot up the stairs, far away from the children's cares. I stumble down the broken case. I lose all sense of time and space. As all surrounds me, black as night. Feel the pull, but I cannot fight. I cannot move, I cannot speak. Feels to try, my knees are weak. As I awoke from fever dreams, I can't believe where I have been. Something has come over me. Not the man I used to be. inside myself, like a toy falling from a shelf. Although fear starts to grip my soul, something else just takes control.
Spinning orbs of blue and green, the likes of which we've never seen. Comets whirling through the night, just as Mars drawn to the light. Whoa, the sound, the humming sounds of the universe, oh so sweet in rhyme and in verse. Oh, so grand it cannot be. It all once fit in a cup of tea. Whoa, the sound. Oh, the sound. Wind and water, earth and sky disappear before my eyes. Moving faster to the light, I must resist with all my might. Push and pull, pleasure and pain, I must escape this astral plane. Oh yeah.
As I awoke from fever dreams, I'm not the man I used to be. Yeah, cool. I hope you got a kick out of that. It's as you can imagine, there's 210 tracks in that second half, and we were trying to figure out how best to do that. So I thought it'd be kind of a fun way to do it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, thank you for the really great comments there. Thank you, Mary. Beautiful background. Yeah. Yeah. Good save. Yeah. Hey, Caitlin. That's funny. Okay, so where are we here? Reminder, there's a tip jar at the top, I hear. How cool is that? Anyway, other ways is that you can support the music, and it's because your support really does help. Without your support, I have to sell my guitars, and as you can tell, I had to sell part of that guitar right there. Look, half of it's missing in the center. Hopefully that won't happen here. But that really helps. You can also support the music by getting a starter pack or a merch bundle, which looks, you may have seen these. Here's the decal, which comes off, thank goodness. And my favorite, as you probably have seen in the videos, the refrigerator magnet. They're all over my refrigerator. Everyone.
All over the refrigerator.
Yeah. And of course, the postcard with my signature and all that stuff on the back. It's really cool. And also, as I'm sure Scott will want, I saw my buddy Scott on there. He's a guitar player. He's going to want one of these. Oh, yeah. It's a John Trescott Lewis pick. Or a bunch of those, actually. I think you're definitely going to need them because they're really good picks.
We also have T-shirts.
And T-shirts.
They all have JTL on
Yeah,
the front
we're pushing it.
with the banner on the back.
Yep.
And we have long sleeve and short sleeve Fever Dream T-shirts.
Fever Dream shirt, yeah, which
and
we love.
hats.
And the hat, of course, which Cindy looks particularly good at. Well, we tried it on her first before we decided to actually print the hats, and they look great on her, so we kept it.
Thank you.
Also, any of these things are also on our website, musicbyjtl.com. You think you can imagine what that stands for. And last but certainly not least, if you'd like to book a meet and greet with me, one-on-one session with me on Zoom, we have that in the description below as well. It's really simple. A little calendar comes up and you choose that. And because you asked for it, here's some of the cool new stuff. I have, because you asked for it, a new CD coming out in production right now. And Fever Dreams is the first song on the soon-to-be-released JTL album. And it's a collection of 9 songs, and it will look like, because you guys asked for it last time, it will look like, where is it? If I can find it here.
The next one. This is CD.
Thank you. Where it says,
Right there.
this is what it will look like. Obviously, it's similar to the other logo. And Fever Dreams is on, and I Fell for Those Eyes, and Daydream, Take a Chance, and That's What I Need with Sean. Ivory Tower with J.J. Trescott. Mighty Have Fallen with Amanda, who sang I Fell for Those Eyes. Time Slips Away, that I wrote for my daughter's wedding, that many of you have asked about. And kind of a bonus track, Soñado Despierto, is Daydream in Spanish. And if you haven't heard that, it's gorgeous. The guy, N.T. Martin, did a wonderful job on it. And anyway, we're happy about this. And let's see here. And I did the wrong thing.
You did the wrong thing. Go back.
What
to
am I
the
doing?
view.
That?
There
There we
you
go.
are.
That's why she produces and I sit here.
Yeah, you do this.
So the CDs will be out. We're planning on the beginning of November. And we're only doing a very small limited press. Hey, Ken, thank you. Looking forward to it myself, too. Mary, why you have a crying face? So I'm looking at some of the comments. So what we're doing, we're taking pre-orders now for a reduced price of $12, right? And plus shipping, of course, because it costs us something to send it out. But after they come out in a few weeks, the price is going up to $15. So for obviously for the Insiders Group, we're doing it for $12. And we will put a link to how you can get that in the event description. And it really, really helps us if you pre-order, because then we have some idea of what we're doing and what we're doing going forward. And I'll post that, or Cindy will post that in the Insiders Group as well. So please be sure to do that. A guitar in half. Mary Nelson wrote, if I don't know if you guys see it in the chat, she said, guitar in half. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah. One day I'm going to finish that guitar. So we have another giveaway. We're going to give away one of these pre-order CDs. So basically we're going to give you a CD and we're going to take care of that for you, but we're going to give one
Make
away.
sure
So
everybody has said hi.
everybody
Yeah.
that wants to get, a part of the giveaways, Please be sure to say hi if there's anyone new that we've missed.
Yes.
I already have Ken and Mary, and the few that I can see because it's kind of far away from me.
Yeah. So is anybody else?
Anybody else?
Going once, going
Oh, actually,
twice?
we have to wait. We have to wait. By the way, if you comment, it takes 12 seconds.
Yeah, about 6 seconds delay.
Six,
I
six
think.
to 12 seconds before we can see your comments.
Ah,
So,
there's Rena.
oh,
Rena's here.
there's Rena. Okay, very cool. We can give it one more second here. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's Linda. Cindy.
Linda. I already have. I do have. Okay.
I just don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in my bed. Don't gotta pick up the phone, leave a message after tone. 'Cause the day I'm done, not doing anything, nothing at all. Oh, sorry.
We're closing.
Okay, we're
out.
closing it out.
All right, and our
And
number generator has chosen Carol Cornett
Carol Cornett.
to win a CD.
Carol Cornett, you're going to win a CD, and we will contact you after this to make sure we have your information correctly.
Or send us a message. in
Or you can send us a
Messenger.
message. Absolutely. Actually, it might even be easier. But
So make sure I have
in
the
case we
information.
don't, messages don't always get through. We all know that.
Yeah, because I'll need to get their address.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. So, yeah, congratulations on that. And anybody else that wants one? Yeah, Carol said yay. Hey, there you go. Yeah. I hope you get a kick out of it. I mean, it's 5 years of my life and 50 years in the making is that album. And, you know, when you, mind if I just go off on this a little bit? When you start writing songs again and really start getting into it, which I did about a year and a half ago, you don't know. You have no idea if you can. You don't know if you're going to come up with something interesting. I mean, if it's the same old stuff, you've heard it, right? And you don't need to hear it again. Frankly, that's why I started doing progressive rock and music, because I love all the music we grew up with. The Beatles, the Stones, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, just everybody. I loved all of that. But I'm kind of tired of hearing it. I just want to hear something like that. Like when, you know, new discoveries of old music comes out. Yeah, I love that. So I wrote Fever Dreams because, well, first of all, Jeff had a great lyric. And then I just wanted to do that kind of cool stuff. And I probably will do more of it. More's coming. And then I heard country and went, oh my gosh, new country is really great. And that's why Stuck and the song you're about to hear. I think country as much as it's called Americana. And as I told people in the last live stream, what's different about Stuck and the songs going forward is I'm singing all of them, which is incredibly different because I didn't sing any of them before. So hope that's something interesting. So meantime, I'm going to play you what I've been promising.
Yep.
Yep.
A new release.
A new release, which will be out. Here's the cool thing. It'll be out. I'll tell you again after. It'll be out midnight tonight on Spotify, YouTube. YouTube, I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
YouTube. Apple, Amazon, if you like to get your music there. Wherever you get your music, SoundCloud, it'll be out there. And it is called MisUnderstandings. And it's, by the way, that's 9 p.m. Pacific time. And the cool thing is, if
In about 3 hours.
it's about 3 hours from now. Yeah, this song's going to be out to the world. Of course, the world hasn't heard it, so it's going to have 0 listens and all that. But by going, I really appreciate last time you guys went to YouTube and Spotify and really spun the numbers up. And because if you do it in the first couple of days, the robots that control, they call them algorithms. It's a robot. YouTube and Spotify and Apple, if they see that people are listening and they like it and they listen all the way through and they like it and they subscribe and do all that stuff, then they actually go, oh, more people probably would like this. And the more people that do it, the more people they do and the more people, and it's that wonderful thing. So you can really help me and the group out by going and you listen to the song, like it, follow it, subscribe and all that stuff. Which, of course, you are all already. But by the way, if you like it a lot, you can listen to it 10 times, and I would be okay with that. So anyway.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, here's MisUnderstandings. If I can find the knob here to turn it on here. There we go. Sometimes when I say the wrong thing, and I'm not sure what it was, I know how it feels when you turn on your heels, leaving angry, walking away from me. If you could wait till the sun comes up, we'll find a way out of here. I know it seems we're in between misunderstandings. I could search all day and not find where you're at. I guess it means we're in between misunderstandings. I'm just misunderstood. We're not always on the same page, not even reading the same book. I know how it feels when you're losing your wheels, being stranded with nothing but dirty looks. If you could wait till the sun comes up, we'll find a way out of here. I know it seems we're in between crashing and landing. I could search all day and not find where you're at. I guess it means we're in between misunderstanding, and I'll be undertaking the time to try to change your mind. That's all anyone can do. We couldn't leave things just as they are. We figured you're from Venus, I am from Mars. So we talked till the sun came up to find a way out of here. We are, it seems, stuck in between misunderstandings. You could have searched all day and not found where I'm at. I guess it means we're in between misunderstandings. So we talked till the sun came up to find a way out of here. We are, it seems, stuck in between misunderstandings. You could have searched all day and not found where I'm at. I guess it means we're in between misunderstandings. I'm just misunderstood. I'm just misunderstood. I'm just misunderstood. And that is MisUnderstandings. And wonderful comments. Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn. That's great. Thank you, Sandra. Hey, Mary, thank you. I hope you guys will like it. Yeah, and it'll be something you want to listen to a lot. Hey, Jenny. Jenny got to, Jenny's in there, and she got to hear this before everybody else because she's my sister, so she's allowed to. Yeah, hey. Oh, it's wonderful. Great comments. Thank you guys so much. And it's, like I said, it's out at 9 o'clock Pacific time and midnight our time, certainly out tomorrow. So any help you can give in playing that on Spotify or YouTube or any of the places that you like to go is really helpful, and I sure appreciate it. And it's fun. Actually, the biggest thing is comments, because the funny thing is I found out that if you don't have an account on YouTube, you can still listen and watch and do all that, but you can't comment and you can't like things and all that. I thought, oh, that was a big surprise for us. We didn't know that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and we have another giveaway. As I mentioned, we're going to give away a meet and greet now with me and probably Cindy too, actually.
Does anybody want to meet me?
Yeah, she's usually around. Yeah, I know everybody wants to meet you. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate that.
Okay. So
Hey,
everybody
Rob,
said
thank you so
hi.
much.
Oh, there's Rob. There's
And Midge, thank you, Midge.
All right, everybody in now?
Yeah, everybody's in there. We're going to do a giveaway. Now, we're obviously going to pull out, I have a family member in here, so I'm going to pull them out and my
They
dearest
can meet
friends.
and greet you anytime.
They can meet and greet me anytime, so don't worry. I'm taking them out.
Okay.
So it's a
I
random
have
generator.
Random generator. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Let's see.
It's number
Shirley
12.
Hayes.
Shirley.
Shirley Hayes.
Shirley Hayes.
Shirley
You have
Hayes.
won a meet and greet with me.
Hopefully you're still on.
Hopefully you were still on there. We can't really tell. I don't know if you know that, but we just kind of see the comments.
Comments, yeah.
Yeah. So Shirley Hayes, if we don't hear from you shortly, we will be sure to contact you.
Okay.
Midge wants to be in the meet and greet. You can, but you can meet and greet me anytime. Oh my gosh. So don't worry, sure. We will contact you for sure. And want to remind you, guys, always pushing the tip jar. It's always up there. I sure appreciate that. And it's in the description. And links will be in the event description. Event is the actual thing where they actually write live stream event, and there's always a bunch of stuff below that. Also join, if you haven't already and you're here for the first time, or you're actually listening on YouTube after the fact, which a lot of people do. Actually, about 3 times as many people come on, we found so far. If you're on YouTube watching this, the Insiders group on Facebook is available to you, and it's a private group, and all you have to do is go in the link and down below in the description, and the link is there, and you can join here as well. And thank you so much for creating our community here in Facebook and on YouTube, and to a certain degree Spotify, but mostly here on Facebook, where we all kind of talk and help each other out as much as we can, and it's a great time. So please be sure to join that. And check the Facebook group often for new announcements, and there's still a bunch coming. And don't worry, we will be contacting you guys that we said we would coming up shortly.
Well, and message us if we don't, which we can't.
Yeah, if we have a problem getting in touch with you, message us directly as quickly as you can, and we'll take care of that. So thank you all so much for joining. Oh, and yeah, Cindy's just putting in the chat. The CDs pre-orders are $12 for the Insiders group, which is everybody on this call certainly. And they will be $15 when they come out in November, which is about 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It all depends on the distributor, how fast they can make them. But our artwork is done.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Cindy.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.